part of the Monica and attached to this and part of the team as well. Kathy, our production and events manager. Kevin, who's floating around here, still working, our accounts outreach manager. And we have got a ton of volunteers here who make this all possible. So thank you guys very much. It all starts at home. We are very fortunate to have an awesome team. This was an ambitious one for us to figure out. And doing the first type of any event, you always learn a lot. And we have learned a lot. And we are going to continue to build this each year. We're probably going to keep it in the winter time because we want to have that outdoor nice and cured up. We don't want to make things too easy and do it all in the summertime outdoors. That's not what Vermont's about. All right, we're not going to take the easy way out here. So we want you guys to stay tuned because we're going to announce the timeline for next year's Cup within the next week. So everybody who's taking a look out here, who's thinking about getting involved, who's a grower, who knows a grower, we want you involved. This is a grassroots event. None of these entries come from any Vermont dispensaries. None of these are from commercial entities. This is a completely homegrown grassroots Vermont Cup.
Yeah.
So cool. And in that fashion, one of the first people that Monica and I met when we started Heady Vermont, coming up on 3 years ago, were the Langs, who were there advocating at Essex Middle School. We lined up pro people on one side of the room, and then all the cops and emergency workers and teachers on the other side of the room. And John stood up and gave a great speech and has been an awesome advocate and even full circle hosting this event. So John, Debbie, and Justin, to the Langs, our hosts, thank you very much. We literally could not have done this anywhere else. I'll give a shout out to our attorneys, the Vermont Cannabis Solutions team, Tim and Andrew around here, helping us make sure that we're compliant. We got a call from the Essex Police earlier, spoke with our attorneys, and guess what? We are doing this, guys. And we're doing it all legal. So shout out to them. That's some great free advertising. We appreciate you guys. But more importantly, want to give a shout out to everybody who entered, because to enter this, you had to take a lot of faith. You had to spend some money, and you had to give us your hard-grown bud. You know, so to get into something without knowing what the judging criteria, who the judges were, if this event was even going to happen or where it was going to happen, any of this stuff took a lot of faith. So I'm going to read off by category everybody who entered by their handle. I'm going to give them a chance to raise their hands, but en masse, I just want to give a big thank you to all of the entries. We appreciate it very, very much. All right. And like I said, most importantly, we are going to give all this away. To quote the great Nate Dogg, R.I.P., it ain't no fun if the homies can't have none, right? So in the spirit of that, we are going to get to the raffle. They're just collecting it all right now. And by the time I'm done all this, we're going to have a piece of paper up front. And you're going to be able to go up there and check it and see if you won or which one of these entries you are going to be taking home. We also have 2 grow lights that we are going to raffle off from the entire group. So we'll do those at the very end. We will do those at the very end. But like I said, I want to go through first by category. We're going to start with the concentrates. All right, so for concentrates, all solventless. It's only ever going to be solventless. PSA, butane, and hexane, something that the police really want to bust you on, so be very careful. This will always be a solventless cup. Hash and rosin were the 2 categories. Didn't have enough time to prep the hash entries, so we got 2 rosin entries. And our first place winner, they are not here tonight, but shout out to Vermont Extracts. Vermont Extracts, yep. And also a thank you to our second place finisher, Homegrown Health. Homegrown Health. We have the rosin entries on site. We didn't put them out because we want to keep them frozen. We're going to bring them upstairs afterwards so you guys can all take a look at that too if you want to check out the concentrates. For the edibles, all right, we did sweet, savory, and liquid. We had an outstanding savory entry. First place by far, wasn't even close. Want to give a big shout out to the Wake and Bakery. Wake and Bakery, congratulations. First place in the savory division. They made a delicious infused beef jerky. Beef jerky. If you guys haven't been upstairs to check out the pictures and the content of the edibles, Go check those out. All right?
Sounds cool.
The sweet edibles. Now, the sweet edibles would not have been possible were it not for our title sponsors of Good Stuff Grow. Good Stuff Grow, these guys came not only with a check, but with a bunch of radio promo. You guys might have heard the ads on the buzz. They were selling tickets in cash. Mike and Chelsea are up here somewhere. These guys have a new line that they're launching. We hope people are using that next year with their entries for the Headies. Big thank you to Good Stuff Grow. Exactly. Again, it takes a lot. It takes a lot to get involved. It takes even more to cut a check based on faith. And we respect and appreciate that, and we'll never forget it. The edible sweets, I'm going to give you guys the name of the entries, and then we're going to do first and second place, all right? We had Backwoods Confection of Vermont. We had Julie G, Silver Moon Medicinals, Maple Plus, Waken Bakery, Moksha Cannabis, Chillman 802, Ross and Bean, Ross, Bean, Green Mountain Hydro, Vermont Green Products, Karma Jane, and Fatty McFatass. If you are one of the edibles competitors and you want to be identified, put your hands up right now. All right. That's who's got the heat, guys. Spoiler alert, I think you guys probably all read and have seen this before. So our second place with the sweet edibles, they were our chocolate cups by Green Mountain Hydro. Green Mountain Hydro, come on down. Southern Vermont entry, OGs. I can personally vouch for the amount of time and advocacy these guys have put in, and we strongly, strongly appreciate it. You're not required to be identified if you win, but we want to give you a shout out. So, cheers. Thank you very much, Scott. Congratulations. Love you guys. Second place. And our first place winners for the edible sweets. Again, this was the biggest category. Go check those test results. Wild variation. We had 325 milligram cookies. 326, excuse me. 326. These winning products were, this first place one, we double tested everything for the edibles so we could get the most accurate representation in case there was some distribution. And these ones were both within 4 points of each other. They're two samples. So very, very well done. Shout out to the Bonbons by Vermont Green Products. Our first place winners, the Bonbons Vermont Green Products. Give it up for these guys. That's Southern Vermont. For everybody who says we don't give Southern Vermont enough love, we know there's a lot of good stuff going on. And especially a huge shout out to these guys. Yeah, there we go. This guy knew me before I was born, skiing with my mom. And when he came and dropped off the entries, he said, I know who you are. He said, I used to hang out with your mom back in the 80s. He said, all right, don't tell me anymore, but thank you, appreciate it. Congratulations to all the edibles entries. Thank you guys very much. They were delicious. Strong agree. Speaking of delicious edibles, Dave Wiener. Go see Dave Wiener and the Wiener Dog. Yeah. All right, the flower CBD. If you guys have not checked the video out yet, we put it on YouTube. We'll throw it on the Book of Faces. Shout out to Canatrol. Again, these guys, we met them. They're from Southern Vermont. One of the coolest Vermont companies that's coming up here, doing big, big things. Jane and David are up there from Canatrol. Go check the demo. All of our winners are going to get a coupon for one of their home cure kits. Huge, huge savings. Encourage you guys to talk to them. It will make your bud turn out better. Take the drying and curing guesswork out of it. So, big thank you to those guys. All of our CBD entries, I'm going to read them all out. We had Dirty Boys Cultivation, Gossamer, Vinny the Mule, Juniper Gardens, Hempstitute, Elijah, Olin, Gossamer, Quintessential, for 8 total CBD entries. Now, we did not give a ton of direction as to if these were CBD dominant or hemp specific. We'll have a little bit more specificity this year, but very impressive entries on the scores there. Our second place finisher in the flower CBD, we're probably going to give a third place prize as well because of how the test scores came out. But the second place finisher, Vinny the Mule. Where's Vinny? With his CB Durban. There he is. Talk about an OG. Vinny was the original Vermont medical caregiver. Back when laws were changing, he was illegally bringing plants to people who are dying in nursing homes who are getting kicked out for smoking it. So the reason we get to do this, guys like Vinny, where's Fran? Fran's here from Vermont Homegrown. And a big shout out to Mark Tucci, who could not be here. Cannabis is keeping him alive. He is proud to be a part of this, and we wouldn't be here without people who have paved the way, these guys and more. So our sincere thanks, humble gratitude to all of you guys. Our first place, which we are calling the Judge's Choice, these guys aren't here in the house, but that one went to the Gossamer, the CB Durban. That was the CBD 10. All right, so this was CBD 2 and CBD 10, if you guys were checking on the table. So those guys aren't here from Gossamer unless they showed up. JD, you here? All right, there we go. So shout out to Gossamer. Next year we'll specify hemp dominant versus CBD. Be a little bit more specific. All right. We got a couple more categories. The indica. This is where we saw our highest THC percentage. Our highest THC percentage. How did we get all this stanky ass bud transferred everywhere? It was our friends at the Canister Supply Company, guys. How'd you know? They came all the way up here from southern New England. They threw down all of the packaging, made this possible for us, namely me, to drive around super legal quantities of bud all over the state, back and forth from the testing, to and from the judges to make this happen. And again, new friends who we met. These guys are now part of the family. Now you're screwed. You got to come back to all these events. If you guys need packaging, definitely go talk to these guys. They've got great deals for Heady members especially. So, indica entries. We had Shannon. We had Alicia Gagne, Dunbar Santiago, Kingdom Kind Bud, the Dirty Boys Cultivation, Ridge Rider, Al, Beanaz, Tall Truck, Tito Burn Genetics, Homegrown Health. If you are one of the indica entries that would like to be identified, raise your hand right now. There we go. Take a look around, guys. We had some awesome results. Super impressive. Again, we're happy to talk about the methodology of how everything got judged and added up. But our second place winner, the LA Kush Cake by Dirty Boys Cultivation. Come on up, Dirty Boys. Our good friends since at least July 1st. Congratulations. I feel like you guys should have wrestling music. You guys roll around like your NWO of weed. It's awesome. Big thank you to Dirty Boys for supporting. These guys put in a couple entries. Again, everybody knows joining in the first time is tough and a leap of faith. So thank you very much. Sincerely appreciate it, guys. Our first place winner, this was also the high in the overall THC. All right, with the close to 22%. Close to 22%. Our first place winner in the indica category by Homegrown Health. Homegrown Health, give it up. Now you guys might recognize this name. Thank you and congratulations very much. Homegrown Health came in first in not only the indica but the sativa. We'll work up to that as well. But some amazing work and a lot of assistance in putting this together and promoting it and getting it out there. So again, grassroots, people that you meet at the State House, through friends of friends, and get to collaborate with. It was super special. I'm going to do sativa next and then we'll do outdoor. And then we'll finish it up with topicals. All right. The sativa, we had 14 entries. A lot of heat in here. All right, the 14 entries, I'm going to announce them. We're going to ask them to raise their hands again. If you guys want to learn more about these growers and want to see them with their own brands in the future, they should talk to Candle Planters, our marketing sponsors over here. Shout out to Will at Candle Planters in the back and also Local Sweet. Those of you guys who are not drinking booze, I encourage you to drink some of that juice. Soda in the back. Got the juice. All right. Sativa entries, we had 2 from Hector Salamanca, Darren Pillsbury, Homegrown Health, Professor Len, Delroy Ital Anthony, Kingdom Kind Bud, Jeff Dauphin, Tall Truck, John Eiler, Ryan Pod, Nate Young, and Burn Genetics. If you entered the sativa category, raise your hands and be applauded right now. Yes. All right. as you guys can see on here, our second place winner with the Amnesia Lemon, it was John Ilar. Come on up here, John, in the back. All right, John's gonna stay back there in the back. Give him a round of applause. And our first place, I'm pretty sure homegrown that we got the names mixed up on these two, right? The Maui Sour was the sativa? Okay, so we got them right. All right, so the winning entry was the Temple. This was again by Homegrown Health. By Homegrown Health. Give another round of applause. Not only for winning and taking first place, but also for very graciously donating the grow lights that we are also going to be giving away. All right, so like I said, when I'm done talking, and I promise it'll be soon, because I'm going to lose my voice or pass out, you guys are going to go up to the registration table, and we will have pieces of paper that have the winners for all the entries, including the lights. All right, including the lights. So, before we get to that, I'm going to do the topicals, and I'm going to end it with the outdoor. All right, so for the topicals, we had 4 outstanding entries. Now, for topicals, we didn't specify only THC, but damn, they had a lot of it in there. 2 of them came in with over 1,000 milligrams. If you are feeling some pain, or you might feel some pain in the future, or also, if it's coconut oil-based, Valentine's Day is coming up. Just throwing it out there, too. I'm sure these guys are all expanding. I want to give a big shout-out. They can be identified or not. Crystal Brunton, Sarah Shaw, the Flower Ladies, and Dakota Hankey-Led and Justin Decatur. Shout out to the topical entries. Raise your hand if you'd like to be identified. So, for the topicals, for second place, we actually had a 2-way tie. We had a 2-way tie between entry number 4 and entry number 1. Let's give it up. I know Crystal was here. You guys saw that beautiful roll-on topical. Give it up for Crystal Brunton, second place in our topicals. Again, go upstairs and check out that picture of that beautiful roll-on with the flowers. It looked amazing, felt amazing. It got great scores because of that. And our first place winners. These guys, among all of the entries, had the best provenance. Talking about documenting genetics with handwritten notes, photographs, photocopied pages over 30 years. Talk about the OG shit that we wanted to get out of the woods and share with everybody. This was some of the best, and it meant a lot to me in particular because Susan has been such an amazing supporter of us from day one. We are very, very proud to award first place topical to the Flower Ladies. The Flower Ladies with their beautiful roll-on ball. All right, and last but certainly not least, the Vermont Heritage category, also known as the outdoor category. All right, this one was super special for us because, again, the point of this is grassroots. Everybody who's out there working hard on their craft, enjoying cultivating cannabis and sharing this plant. We encourage you to come out here. It is all love, all support. So the Vermont Outdoor category and Heritage category will always be a hallmark of this event. It's something that's grown in Vermont dirt. It's something that's been grown in Vermont dirt. We said for at least 3 cycles for this year. We might loosen that up, but we were very, very impressed and proud of all the entries that we got. And again, the outdoor category, this was a big inspiration for it. And frankly, this is why we're always going to have this event in the wintertime, because if we don't test the Vermont outdoor, then what is the point of doing this? All right, so our entries for the outdoor, I'm going to read them off. Dirty Boys Cultivation, The Veg Shed, The Ridge Rider, Flower Ladies, Ryan Pod, Ben Wilcox, and Sherpa Seeds. Sherpa Seeds. If you are an entry in the Outdoor Cup, put your hands up and be identified if you so choose. All right. Our second place winner, as chosen by the judges, I was not one of them, for better or worse, Worse for me, better for the integrity of this competition, probably. Our second place winner, it was the headband grown by the NEK Zone, Ben Wilcox in the back. Congratulations. Thank you very much, Ben. I encourage you guys to check that home. Somebody's going to go home with some delicious outdoor. Hopefully multiple people. We encourage you guys to share it if you win, too. And our first place winner, one of the most visually arresting entries that we had. You guys saw it on here. It is the Forbidden Fruit. The Forbidden Fruit by Ryan Pye. Get on up here, Ryan. Now, you guys might or might not have heard that we had a special celebrity judge, in particular for this category. We are fortunate to be friends with Danny Danko. He is the cultivation columnist for High Times, OG New Englander, and a lover of Vermont cannabis. We gave him an outdoor kit and asked him to choose his winner. And he chose that one. I'm going to tell you what he said and why he chose it. This is a direct quote from Danny. I got to tell you, I didn't want it to be this one because I know how some people can hate on purple strains, and it's not the trichome-covered fuel people love these days. But I got to go with number 6. It's unique, tasted good, and burned clean, has a pleasant but not overpowering effect. Having grown up in New England, it's the Vermont outdoor I know and love. Dark purple nuggets with that sweet, spicy Afghan funk. At the end of the day, it's the stuff I'd be happiest to take home. 25 years ago, we used to drive up to Vermont within just a few miles from the Canadian border to pick up pounds of that purple outdoor. Looked and tasted very similar. No idea about any of that. Near the Canadian border, that could have been anywhere. You can quote me on all this, by the way, if you want. I need to read that, all right, so you guys know. Let them kids know that THC level and frosty trichome plant coverage ain't everything. Unique sun-grown cultivars contain multitudes, to paraphrase Walt Whitman, and regional craft specialties are one way to usurp the corporate cannabis that's coming for us all. So, the only way to freedom is to grow your own, share it with your friends, grassroots, keep it small, keep it organic, keep it amongst friends, keep it heady, of course. So, I would like to once again thank our hosts. I would also like to make sure to thank, if you guys haven't been over here and you're growing, Emerald Rose Grows over here in the corner. They have got a huge variety of equipment. They're the only grow store in Addison County. All right, so go check him out. Known Greg for a while. He's been a Heady supporter for a long time, supporting this community. Usually busting my balls about something political in the halls at HempFest, which is why we love it, why we do this. And again, to Northeast Processing, who helped support this event as well. A shout out to you guys as well being involved. Let's give it up for these guys. Emerald Rose Grows at Northeast Processing. All right, guys. Well, without further ado, the Greenhouse Lounge and Dab Bar are going to be open all night. Woo! We encourage you to go there, hang out. Make sure that you guys are getting home safely tonight. All right, make sure that you are taking an Uber if there's any doubt. Get a ride with a friend. Check Waze before you leave, just in case. All right. Delicious food still outside from Pingala and the Broccoli Bar. Give it up for those guys for coming out here and throwing down outside all day. What's more Vermont is fun than having a vegan broccoli bar as the vendor at the Weed Cup. I can't even believe that's a real sentence. And one more time, much love to all of you guys. This really is a community, and it's going to stay that way as long as we all keep coming out, meeting each other, and supporting each other. Thank you all for being a part of this. Thank you to our team. And without further ado, let's give it up for our entertainment for the night. Vermont's own, the Whiskey Dicks.